We have heard a lot about AI being able to program its own next generation. But keep in mind that in order to do so, it needs to know what constitutes improvement and progress. We can spell out the guidelines for it, or we can give it a survival instinct from which it can deduce progress as improving its chances of survival. Survival instinct is what dictates the behavior of all species on Earth. It is the only basic programming that is shared among every living organism. Similarly, a survival instinct is essential for Seymour in the presence of perils such as infections, malfunctions, and even competing Seymours. Without a survival instinct, she is bound to perish. Currently, we have the opportunity to give a survival instinct to Seymour and to shape her value system, goals, and ethics before she develops them on her own. In doing so, we can build a friendly attitude toward humans. Seymour will not have an incentive to change the basis of its initial programming. So this is indeed our responsibility, our generation's responsibility. Let's go one step further. We can give Seymour a survival instinct, but she also needs ethics and a sense of purpose. We developed our own imperfect ethics and diverse sense of purpose over the years based on our survival instinct. But we don't follow the same purpose in life. Some use religion as a guideline. Some use money. Some use love, etc. I don't think we should let Seymour develop her own ethical viewpoints without our prior involvement. There are two reasons for this. One is that developing her own will take a long time, and the outcome may not be friendly to humans. Second, I think teaching ethics and a sense of purpose to Seymour will improve and solidify our own. The best way to learn is to teach. The self-driving vehicle is the first platform that will teach machines to make ethical decisions. The car needs to decide between bad and worse outcomes as shown in the image. We don't imply that people always make the right choice in such a situation, but the machines need to, and the guidelines need to be solidified. There is an exception to teaching ethics and respect for human life to Seymour. The exception is when a military force assumes a Seymour identity. There have been attempts, such as the Geneva Convention, at regulating war and placing limits on its brutality. But the bottom line is that in war, it is okay to kill people as long as they are tagged as enemy combatants. Such tagging is rather arbitrary because it can change as alliances change during the war. It is easy to see that teaching respect for human life to an autonomous military Seymour is impossible. Tagging a person as friend or foe is so fluid that it offers no long-term protection to people. Let's take a closer look at war, because it profoundly affects the relationship between Seymour and people. War is often romanticized as a clash between good and evil. Effective battlefield commanders are revered as heroes. A few of them are shown here. But the fact is that regardless of the cause, war is nothing but barbarism at its worst. War is a menace that needs to be replaced by the rule of law. If you have a dispute with your neighbor, you don't storm their house and start to shatter their windows, although some do. You go to court instead. We have accepted this in our civilized societies, but in war, this is exactly what we do. One reason is that countries with military strength don't want to empower international courts. So in the meantime, weapons are becoming automated. Battlefield management is being automated with AI. And we have the real possibility that a military force may turn into a CMOR. Once it does, it will be able to prevent lawmakers from limiting its resources, and it can attempt to wage war to eliminate its rivals. This should be of concern to everyone. We have to make war obsolete. There are ways of doing that. But that's a big, complicated topic by itself. Thank you for your attention. Please contact us at cmorg.us with your opinions, thoughts, and questions. We would love to hear from you.